Mine's with, Wimbledon.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
The high chairs.
You might rip their grass up a bit.
Umpire.
I've been in the industry 30 years now. And I started my own business, Precision Rehab, 7 years ago.
Oh yes.
So we're based in Basingstoke.
Okay.
But we cover the whole of the UK and Ireland.
Okay.
Our main chairs are like the Paravan range. We
Yeah.
deal with 6 different manufacturers. That's Eurovema, Paravan, NHD, Quickie, the Trackmaster over there. So we deal with 6 main suppliers. But this is our PR40 Standing Chair.
Okay.
So at the moment it's the standing position. Just bring it down out the stand. So this will just return it back to a normal position.
Okay.
It has 6 different memory functions as well. So if you had a good position you want to be in for driving every day, you set that position and it will take you straight back to that position.
Okay. What's the weight capacity on one of these?
The weight capacity on this particular chair is 140 kilos.
Do you have any bariatric options?
We do on a standing chair. We do the biggest capacity, which is the Paravan Biolution. It's not here, but that takes up to near enough 200 kilos total weight.
What's the range like on
this runs 85 amp hour batteries, for example, do about a minimum 20 to 25 miles, or roughly 2 to 3 days use.
Okay. And is it a mid-wheel drive or a rear-wheel drive?
This is front-wheel drive.
Oh, front-wheel drive.
The big wheels at the front.
Yeah.
These support wheels are just for the standing, so when it stands up, they power down to stabilise, because you can drive around in the standing position on indoor surfaces. You've got power recline. So as well as the standing chair, you can power recline.
So lift up the whole seat then?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I like that.
So it goes completely flat.
Yeah.
So some of the chairs end up with a
See,
in the base.
I got that. Yeah, that looks beautiful. That. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I could do with something like that. That's quite a few, that is.
So you can lay some on completely flat, and it's not high up. Some of the chairs that lay flat are quite high, so it'll still be quite low.
And I like the way the controller tucks away as well. Out the way.
Yeah, you can flip that.
Yeah.
This is manual.
Okay.
But we also do the electric swing away.
Oh right, okay. And are the lighting and that, do they come with the standard, or are these all optional?
On a PR40 they're standard.
And what would one of these retail at?
All of our standing chairs start at around about 22,000, something like that.
Okay. And there's options through Motability and that, or?
We're not on Motability at the moment, just purely because of the price.
Yes.
It depends, the deposit's normally quite high, but we often as a company, we come out, do the assessment for free, do the quotation for free, a non-obligation, and then my experience is we point you in the right direction to source the funding for.
Oh yeah, so this is one of your best sellers.
PR40 is quite good in its price range for a standing chair.
Wow.
Because of the seat memories in there, it's quite popular because you can set those favourite positions. And obviously once it's all the way up, you can then slip drive. Because of the support wheels power down, you can drive it on indoor surfaces.
Okay. They got a restrictor on that, right?
It slows it down.
No, full speed business on that.
So basically it's nice and straight.
Yeah.
And that's one of our standing chairs. There's also about 3 standing chairs we offer.
Okay. Are those all-terrain, them ones there?
The Dietz chair is an all-terrain chair, and so is the Trackmaster. That's the only tracked chair in the industry. That's 2 off-road. That goes through up to 12 inches of water, mud, snow, sand, soft sand.
What is that one retailing?
That's around about 15 to 18, depending on what function you have on that.
Okay. And the weight capacity on them?
That's pretty much unlimited, depending on if you don't have a lift and tilt system. It's pretty unlimited for that chair. The Dietz chair, the orange chair in front of that, they do a lot of functions, but they're more reasonable on the value. So something like that with all its functions on there. Okay. That's around about 11, 12,000. Quite a lot of chair as well.
Yeah, that is a lot of chair. Looks like. Is that a child chair that you got there?
It's got a child seat on, but you can have it adult or child. All the Dietz chairs, you can have adult or child seats.
Okay. What's it with that, like, off-road looking?
That's the Trackmaster with tank tracks. That will do any terrain.
Can you give us a demonstration of that? That looks wild, that does as well.
So on this we've got narrow tracks on this one, but you can have wider tracks and softer tracks depending on what you want to do. Yeah. So very much like a tank.
I'll get it.
That's crazy.
Oh snap. That is mad.
What's the maximum speed on one of them then?
That's up to 4.5 miles.
4.5 miles.
They have now made a new one out of aluminium, not metal frame.
Okay.
Because it's lighter, they put a bit more power. Because the drive motors are 1,000 watt each.
Okay.
Average chair's probably around about 200 watt drive motors. It's 1,000 watts each drive motor.
Yeah, it's got some torque in that.
You've got tensioners on the tracks, so you can soften the tension. This one has actually got a lifting and tilting system. So this one will still lift.
Very comfortable. If you like Larry doing this all day,
Some people they do fishing in the chair, but you can drive it into the shallow water and then do the fishing.
throw it over. I like it.
Rambo.
It's good for beach environments and things like that.
Beach, it likes soft sand, so when you're up there, you can still drive, it just slows itself down.
Reminds me of you know Wimbledon.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
The high chairs.
You might rip their grass up a bit.
Umpire.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. This is strictly outdoors, isn't it? You couldn't be using this indoors, or could you get away with it?
As long as the house is big enough for the environment, it does do it, but it's mainly for outdoor use.
Yeah.
Cool man.
Is there anything else you got there, or is that today then? That's quite cool, that one.
I think that's the best thing they've got.
Yeah, I quite like that one.
Like, what else you got? Come on.
Thank you for
Let's
that.
do something.
No worries.
And do you have anything somebody for my weight on the Paravan ones?
How much you went? Don't mind me asking.
About 23, 24. Right?
Let me just check that.
Yeah.
They do
a bariatric version. I'm finding these chairs are not good for me now. They break down too quick.
These do a bariatric version as well. It takes a lot more weight.
Yeah, but I was thinking some mid-wheel.
They do front, mid and rear wheel drive,
so they do
and a
mid and-
bariatric version of
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
46 to 150 kilos is 230. Their weight.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they feature it in here, but we'll have a look. XXL, there we go. They do a front wheel drive version of that.
Okay. Rear I find out are very hard to find.
It says what it will do, it doesn't say how much it takes, but I'm fairly certain I think it can take 180 kilos, and it may be near 200. Paravan definitely do one, I think they take up to 300 kilos.
Alright, okay. Do you have a website on that where you can get all this information?
I can forward that through to
Do
you.
you have social media links as well for your...
My Facebook page is the best thing to look at. When we bring the chairs in, they're often standard from the manufacturer, and then we do our magic to it. We put on aftermarket headrest, aftermarket support, so that's where we use our experience to bring other bits in and mount them to that chair to make that happen.
So you do your own bespoke touch screens, good like that?
Yeah, we do all our own bits and pieces. With the Paravan chairs, they do they're heavy duty. It will take 300 kilos.
Yeah, that'd be easy. I think that would be easy.
So
That's good.
two of you. So that, I think that's featured. So there. It's got 500 watt drive motors instead of normal standard 300 watt. But that's certainly
I'll have a look
certainly
at
good.
it. My next assessment, I'll hand that over to him. Pointed towards that.
To be honest, there's only a couple of chairs in the market that do what I would class as genuine bariatric chairs, and there's Quantum.
The Quantums I found to be cool. They were good at the beginning. You know, in the 1420s, first when they come from America with the chargers on board, they had some torque, kick and drive. I remember pushing one of them for several years, man. I'm telling you, I had fun with that.